Welcome back, traders, and in this video we're going to be going over a new event that has been announced, as well as me kind of going through the comments that were left on the video regarding the Rayquaza. I wouldn't necessarily call it a makeup day, but kind of like a reimbursement for the people that were screwed over. But the thing is, not everybody was reimbursed, and not everybody was reimbursed correctly. So we're going to go over that. What else do we have to talk? Oh yeah. A bunch of people from Korea right now, apparently, are getting banned for nothing, right? Legit players, right? So we have another one of these, like, kind of algorithmic AI errors, I would assume, that is taking place, that is not necessarily supposed to be banning people, right? And they're just doing it. So that's another thing we'll talk about. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop into this, see what we have going on here. If you do enjoy my videos, please give it a thumbs up. Let's go ahead and get right into this here. So we're just going to briefly go over this high voltage event. High voltage event, okay, it's going to be going down November 18th at 10 a.m. until November 22nd. It's actually going to be pretty good because of the bonuses. Now, the wild Pokemon specifically highlighted right here, we do have Emolga, Detonate, and Tortuga. We have all of the Pikachus, right? Team Pikachus, all right. If you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny Shink. So, all right. Event bonuses. This is where you're going to want to really hone in. You have ×2 XP for a nice throw or better, which is great. And ×2 Stardust for catching Pokemon. That's always the best reward, and we all know that. And then an increased shiny Emolga, shiny Detonate, and shiny Tortuga chance. Okay? So I'm just going to let you know, shiny Detonate is actually complete ass. Ass. Just garbage. So it doesn't even look different. Okay. I think they need to do a rehaul of a lot of these Pokemon that do have a shiny that is very mediocre or just ever so slightly changing their color palette. Is that going to break the game? No. They did it with Slowpoke. I feel like they're going to do it in the future. They're just testing the water. Anyway, moving it on here, paid time research, we have, you get 2 premium raid passes, 1 elite charge TM. Okay, not bad. All right, but this is going to be $4.99, right? And then an encounter with an event-themed Pokemon and more. I just still find it bizarre, and more. You know, you don't go to a restaurant, they're like, it has onions, garlic, and more. Peppers, and more. No, tell me what I'm buying. Yeah, a little. All right, let's move it on here. Collection challenge: XP, Stardust, and a more Peko encounter. Field research task. All right, let's move it on from this event. It's complete garbage. Let's get it onto. Well, it's not complete garbage, but let's get onto the stuff that you want to know about. All right, so all right, these people don't follow me. Obviously, they don't even know. They don't even know what the hell is going on. So this person says that they have been legit. Now, we have to take a lot of this with a grain of salt. It doesn't matter what region of the world you're in. It doesn't matter because that doesn't measure the integrity. Well, actually, and let me take that back. It could measure the integrity depending upon where you're from sometimes. It's being a little bit stereotypical there. But for the most part here, I'm going to have to say this is legit. And this person has probably, yes, definitely been wrongfully... Didn't get banned, they get a warning, okay? And this is happening in Korea right now. Obviously, you know, the right Korea. Okay, don't play with me. All right. So anyway, as you can see here, the credentials looking pretty good. They've been to a lot of these events, and somebody who wants to play devil's advocate would say, well, they could have probably spoofed to all of those events. And to you, I have to say, go touch some grass, and, you know, I suggest stop eating Burger King. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and move it on here. We have another, all right, I'll take it, I'll chill. We have another person here. I didn't take screenshots of every single person from Korea that is actually getting a warning right now, and I'm assuming all these are going to get reverted, but this is going to tie into what I'm going to show you here in just a minute. And you're going to love this. I had to do it at the most perfect timing imaginable. So before you continue on, if you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. I see a lot of you sleeping on me, taking advantage, using my information, loving me. I like your video. hit the damn like button. Help me out the most. So we got another person from Korea who's also getting a warning. What's going on? Some sort of an AI glitch, obviously. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, I'll go ahead and throw this up right now. So what we're going to look at here is another thing. We just had the Rayquaza makeup situation, which is going to coincide with this, I suppose. You didn't get a good one. You got screwed out of a meteorite. Well, screw you. Here are like 3 raid passes remotely. And I've seen a lot of these people from Korea saying, why do I have 10? Why do I have 6? Well, this is why you need to be subscribed to people like me, so you understand what in the hell is going on, and you're not completely clueless like a freaking dog in the middle of the highway. Simple as that, okay? But hey, you choose your own destiny. All right, but here we go up against the Heracross here, Mega, of course. So what I'm going to be doing for you all is a nice little special treat, a little Poke special, if you will. And you're like, what do you mean a special? Well, I'm going to time this so perfectly that I KO them right when my last Pokemon faints as well, so I can show you this glitch. Not a lot of people can do this. Everybody claims to be so intelligent and smart, but when it comes down to it, it's all about muscle memory and knowing exactly what you need to do exactly when. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why I wanted to show you this. So this is a glitch you will probably not see too often because it requires a very, very, very specific kind of time situation to make it occur. And what you just saw was exactly that. When you take down a raid boss, when you're playing it by yourself, this could happen with multiple people. I'm not 100% sure. I've only tested it out with myself. But when you do go up against these raid bosses, it can be a tier 1 to a mega. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. But when you take them down and you get KO'd right when you KO them, the game freezes and you have to do it over again. See, it's these little kind of glitches that Niantic is trying to sweep under the rug and hide from you to kind of just keep on pushing these events. Personally, what I think, this is personal thoughts, okay? This is obviously not a matter of fact. This is just me giving you my thoughts on what I think is going on in this situation here. So it's not that crazy of a situation. You know, to make this kind of thing happen is extremely rare, but not rare enough, because guess what? It's happened to me on several occasions where I've gone down to the wire to beat this raid boss and then it freezes like that. Now, you did just see me go and take it out at a much quicker time because I was trying. All right. Like I already told you, I know this game like the back of my hand. I understand I say a lot of stupid ass shit. I get it. I understand. It's okay. I don't blame you for thinking that this is beyond my comprehension, okay? But then you'd really be giving me a lot of discredit there. But the point of the thing is, I play this game continuously. I see a lot of errors that you will potentially not see yourself because you're just simply not doing these random ass things. Therefore, Niantic can say, oh, those glitches, we don't need to deal with those because only a very few of the percentage of the people who play this game are going to encounter it. Therefore, we do not need to fix it. But then we have a lot of these other glitches where it leads to the mass population getting absolutely screwed over on money, which is then equal to robbery. This is what they're doing. This is literally kind of robbery at this point because, like I always just like to reference it to a restaurant, is very simple and very easy. You go to a restaurant, you order a burger, you get a bacon burger. I personally don't eat bacon. It has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with sanitary. Pigs are disgusting, but they're the smartest things. It's crazy. Smart, but dumb. Oops, hit my camera. So anyway, point being, you're like, look at this guy. Point being is you order a burger. You get whatever the hell comes on it. It comes out to your table. You don't have everything that was on it. What would you do? Well, you can be a kind of a dickhead and you can just be rude. Or you can be like, hey, this isn't exactly what I ordered. The menu says this. The menu, you know, the thing that you guys printed or have a scan, so we have to look at our phone because you're too lazy to actually print out freaking menus now. Yeah, that one. So it said it comes with this, but it doesn't have this, but it has this. Why? What is going on here? You know what would happen? She would take it back to the kitchen. The cooks would immediately on it, and you would get a nice, disgusting burger. Okay, so that I'm being sarcastic. What should happen is obviously they take it back and they fix it, and then you're gonna have your burger that you ordered. But what we're getting with the Niantic is you're ordering that, and then they're delivering you a kid's grilled cheese. You're ordering a grown-ass man or woman cheeseburger, right? With fries and a side and a salad, and what you're gonna get in return is a nice little like made out of like what do you call it, with the what is that cheap ass Wonder Bread. You're gonna get a little Wonder Bread cheeseburger with some Kraft cheese. That's what you're getting from Niantic, as opposed to that burger with juicy meat, cheese, and toppings. It's over. What are we doing here? And so this is so long-winded. Let's wrap it up. So instead of getting what your burger was when you came out, already established this, you get that grilled cheese, and then they say, "Oh, we're so sorry," and they're super apologetic. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't believe. Oh, here you go. And then they bring you out a little kids meal. That's what Niantic's doing, and then everybody's like, "Oh." Not everybody, most people. All right, let's wrap this up. This is getting a little long. You get my point, right? So there's that, and then we're wrapping it up. This is something else, but we're going to be going and doing a couple of things. We're going to record the freaking place. You're probably a little lost if you. So yes, if you follow me on Twitter, if you watch the videos to the very end, you'll understand the kind of what's going on here. All right, now there is another part of the story that I want to tell you about before we do continue on, and I do bring you the next part, and I will reveal everything, but I just want to tell you about this one thing. In the other video where you seen me recording those little otters or whatever the heck was going on, which is kind of bizarre for them to
I think it's lost or something. Dude, is he lost? You hear that squeaker? Now they're all just chilling. Hold on, I'm gonna try to get closer here. Oh, they're going away. No. Alright, Athena, just stay. No, stay back there, girl. There they go, the trio. No. Athena! Oh my God, you stupid son of a bitch.
to even be there in the first place. This whole area just has a weird, bizarre vibe. I'll go into more details with other people in my other video, but that spot that you seen Athena jump, right? Remember, if you watched it was like 2 videos prior, all the way to the end, I was recording these little otters, and I was trying to get closer, and Athena jumped into this like muddy, murky stuff, and I told her to stay back, and she still jumped, and she typically would listen to me. And you know, this is all typical dog stuff, but here, listen, check this out. This is a part that you didn't see, and I didn't get it on camera, but I seen it. When Athena jumped and I was pulling her out, I swear that I know this seems like super bizarre. I'm blown away. This is why I'm going to go investigate, and the next video is going to be real interesting. So she jumped in there, and you know, the video cut off. I was like, oh my gosh, Athena, what the? So what happened is I had to pull her out because she couldn't get out. She was stuck. She was stuck in that mud, and it stunk so bad, like sewer. So I pulled her out. She was fine, okay? But then I looked to my left. So to the right is that swampy stuff, and to my left is the other area where if you follow me on Twitter, you would see the poster that I made, and that's pretty much the exact area that you would be able to see him if where Athena fell in and I looked to my left, he would be right there. This son of a gun was standing there smoking a cigarette, just looking at me like this is all part of the plan. Like he had a smile on his face. He was just like, it wasn't the word. She wasn't in danger, but he was just like smiling. And I was like, I didn't even think about that. Let's continue. Gonna obviously time lapses so you don't have to sit there for hours, but we're gonna see if we can catch this son of a gun, and I can prove it to you. It's creepy. The dude was all right. One last thing before we go, just so you can understand the creepiness of this. If you have watched, I showed that little creek with the little wood bridge, right? I remember somebody said somebody's got to be dead in there. Does it look that creepy? Well, okay, during the daytime, if it looks that creepy, I was there during the night. Okay, crossed the bridge, and I didn't want to go any further into the field, so I turned around, and guess what? Mother effer was standing at the end of the bridge with his head down, like with a hood on, just like looking down, and a cigarette in his mouth. I could see the cherry burning, and I could see the smoke barely coming out because it was so dark. I had a flashlight, and he just seemed like, and Athena was even scared. Like, she's ready to defend me at a moment's notice, but she was like, what are we doing here? So I'm walking, and I get closer, and the dude's just standing there. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna save a lot of this story for the next video, but I'm just gonna give you a rundown so you're ready and excited for the next one. I have my baton, right? I have my hand on my baton. I'm like, don't make me crack your head, bro. Don't make me crack your head. I didn't say this. I'm thinking this, right? I'm getting closer. The dude's just sitting there. There's no other way around. I mean, I could walk around, but I'm not such a big coward to be like, walk a good ass amount of time around this dude so I can go around a bridge like we're in freaking Robin Hood, Men in Tights, Little John or whoever the hell. You can't cross the bridge. Anyway, I go to cross and he's just standing and looking down. This is straight out of a horror movie. Straight out of a horror movie. Dark. And I go to pass him and he doesn't move an inch, right? And this dude's not big. This dude, look, I'm going to give you a lot more details in my next video. But as I pass him, he just like makes this sound like, I don't even know if I can make the sound, but I'm going to try. He makes a sound kind of like a clicking sound, like. And at that moment, I did start running. I said, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. What kind of demon are you? So we'll leave it at that. We'll go ahead and spy and see what we have going on. See if we can catch this guy. I'll get more footage. I already have some. But yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll see what's going on. Freaking weird shit. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Take care.